everybody. Another episode of Another Round Podcast. An exciting day. We're switching it up a little bit. You know, I'm leading it off today, so I'm excited, energetic.
He has a question.
My question was not really a question, it was a comment. It's the podcast that brings you no filters, no boundaries, and no goddamn excuses.
That's true.
But you may continue.
I was getting there. I got rudely interrupted here with the hand of the question, but I appreciate his partner in crime there saying, "Hey, you got a question, teacher?" But we are here.
Yeah, you should know you were a teacher's pet in high school.
Hell yeah! Yes. Our high school yearbook. I specifically asked everybody to vote for me. It was an exciting time. I just wanted to do this and piss some girl off, and it worked. But we're gonna dive right into this. I got my co-hosts here, as you
co-hosts.
guys. I said that, as you guys already know. But I'm gonna give them the floor. And D, how you feeling today, my boy?
I'm feeling
Darius
good.
Goes first.
Why are you jealous? Because if you would have won first, it would have looked racist. So I'm feeling good. You know, I'm excited. We have a lot of good topics to talk about. I'm excited to have Jim as, you know, our lead host today. You know, it's Women Empowerment Month, so we have to have the women like.
Amen.
So no, I'm excited. We're trying something new today. You know, everybody's gonna take their turn. Next week is my turn. So tune in, guys.
You have to put something white back here when he goes. So.
Yo, what the fuck?
Fucking, you have a pussy. So. Carlos, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain. You know, we're switching up the roles a little bit. I kind of told him I wanted to mix it up a little bit, you know, just because it's not the same thing every single time. So we're giving Jimmy the floor this week, and then next week is going to be Darius. So just to mix it up, just not so that every week is going to be the same thing.
When I go, we're going to get 1 million views guaranteed.
Amen. Good. That's what we want to see.
If you do that, I'm giving you $1,000.
That's
only 1,000. If we get 1 million views, I want more than 1,000. I'm walking.
He's gonna start his own
taking my
show.
talent somewhere else. Hey, ain't nobody said you got talent though. But
yeah.
You're the one that said that.
I said that,
and then you took it away from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
So you
that.
gave it to me,
And then I take it away.
Took it away.
Yeah,
Fucking
we're gonna play the cat and mouse game right here.
It's like life.
But I'm good. I can't complain. I'm loving it. We're gonna switching it up. So I'm excited to see Jimmy's energy this entire podcast. So, Jim, what's up?
Yeah, man, it's an exciting time, an exciting movement. We got a lot of important and fun topics, so we're just gonna dive right in, and we're gonna talk about this week's football games. Tonight we got a big football game.
Wait. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
I already did it, but before we got into that, I had a question because we're all in the fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had a conversation with Carlos earlier. We were playing some COD. Second place twice. We played like 4 or 5 games, and we've been in second place twice already. It's pretty exciting. We're getting there.
I heard you didn't know where the buy station was.
I didn't.
I told him.
Snitch. I knew it. Fucking snitch.
Yo.
You leave them here for 30 minutes by themselves. They fucking start. Hey, you know this? Like little girls.
No, but it's just funny because
it was, bro.
We start the game and we're like, yo. We just won 3 in a row. Let's make it 4. And this guy lands and just starts asking questions on everything. Where do I get my loadout? I don't know how to do that. Where's the buy station? What does the buy station look like? Where are my guns?
It was funny because I was swimming in the water, and then
I
was like, how do I jump? And the car was like, hit A. That's very rude. We're in the middle of a professional
phones,
podcast.
please.
I apologize. Is that
and you're getting buzzes? Ridiculous.
Mm-mm.
So we were doing the fantasy league, and in 2 of the leagues, I'm like, it's pretty much over for me, right? Even though I had the best team, like I'm not gonna lie, like that's what I don't.
I know where you're going.
No, wait, that's what I don't like. No, you don't know where I'm going. If you know where I'm going, I'll give you $100.
I know where you're going.
he can just say he knows where you're going. You should
Okay. So the crazy thing is, right? Like, don't you ever like just see numbers and then you see somebody that's like averaging way less points than you, and then the people that they face like have their worst weeks when they face them, and then they're in first place? It's just stupid shit like that. But the question that I did have, I'm fucking pissed. The question that I did have, Jim, for you, and then we'll go to Carlos, is let's say you're in a fantasy league, right? You're 3-9. Let's say your season is over, right? Now you're facing somebody that has a chance to make the playoffs, right? Are you going to still try that week, even though it doesn't matter to you anymore?
Absolutely. I'm a competitive type of person. I mean, if we join a fantasy league, it's for you to be competitive.
But you're out of the game.
I don't give a shit.
You're out of the thing.
Well, if I'm going down, then I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to take you with me. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, am I just supposed to concede just because you have a chance? Would it be the other way around? How about if I wanted to, if I was going to make the playoffs, am I going to text you, yo, bro, you just let me win? No, I mean, I'm a competitive type of man. I mean, it's even in the Sean League, I'm 2-10, and I'm still there trying to beat people. I think I beat one of his boys last week, and it affected their playoff standings. I mean, I'm a competitive type of person, so no, I wouldn't concede.
So what if it's like your boy, and you know he has a pretty good chance of making, and he's like, yo,
you wouldn't help me out.
Yo, like I need this win this week to actually make the playoffs, or we're both fucked. You wouldn't. What would you do in a situation like that?
I wouldn't do it because I know that if they did it to me and I made the playoffs and ended up winning, it would just destroy my credibility. I mean, credibility, right? Like, say we're out drinking, right, and we're all in the league, and I'm like, I'm fucking gloating, and I'm there, we're having shots and stuff, and I'm like, hey, I'm fucking fantasy champ, so you guys get me a shot, and then Carlos has to buy me the shot, and then he'd be like, well, I mean, the only reason you won is because I fucking let you win. And then the truth would come out, and it would just.
But you're already in the playoffs.
You didn't win because he let you win.
Yeah, you're already in the playoffs.
Because the thing is, you can still face him, and you can still try and still lose that week. You get what I'm saying?
You should have been better the weeks before. You had 14 weeks before to put yourself in a better position, and you chose to wait till as a miracle or as a lifeline. I mean, there's no lifelines in life. You're not playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're playing fantasy.
It's fantasy. It's not really like life. It's not that big of a deal.
So, I guess so. Why would you concede? Like, why, if it's not such a big deal, why you're asking for a concede? Just take the L, and
because it shouldn't be a big deal to you when you're 3-8. I'm not asking for it, but you're just talking in a general thing, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, like, it's in general statement. I wouldn't.
Because me personally, like, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. Like, if I have no fucking chance, I might just be like. But then also, if I do that and I don't try, I might fuck up somebody else's chance. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly,
because now you're playing with everybody else's chance to make the playoffs,
standings, and also like in the league that we're in. Like, I started 0-6 in that league.
You don't have a chance.
I'm 5-6. I'm one game behind second place.
But it's like you need everything to fall into place.
How?
Like, you need everybody.
I beat Brian. I owned the tie break, and I play Naun this week. When I beat Naun, I go from 5th place.
Yeah, you're gonna need Brian to lose to me, and then you to beat Naun. And then you're gonna have to win next week for you to actually have a chance. That's how it has to go.
If Brian wins and I beat Naun, I pass Brian. I mean, I pass Naun, so I'm still in the playoffs as the 6th seed. And Carlos and me have the same record, and he plays Habert. So he's 6-6, and I'm 5-7. So when I win,
I think he lost 3 in a row.
Yeah. So I'm the 7th seed, and the top 6 seeds make the playoffs. So when I beat Naun, I jump the 6th seed, and he goes down to the 7th seed, meaning that I have one game over him because I own the tie break, and he has to look up. So I can lose the last week of the season as long as he doesn't win. And we only got 3 weeks left.
No, we have 2. I think it's this week and next week, and that's it.
No, I think it's...
I'm pretty sure that it's only 2 weeks.
Let's see here.
Well, you look that up. No, I think, in my opinion.
So, yeah, Carlos, what do you...
I don't know. I think I'll just let my boy win, to be honest with you. I mean, if it's a mutual, I mean, it's kind of weird just to say it, but if it's like a mutual like understanding, like, yo, like, I'm out already and you have a chance to probably get a higher seed or something, I mean, why am I gonna try? I'm already out. I mean, that's just me. Like, I'm just trying to.
So let's say
now, if it fucks somebody over, I just hope that we can keep some type of discretion, and we're not gonna open this and say this to everybody.
Yeah.
So don't trust me in fantasy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. See, so like, I know him. And then would you feel as powerful if they helped you? Like, let's say, for example, if I played you and you're like, yo, Jim, take care of it. And then, I do decide to say, you know what, I finally let you win. And you go to the playoffs and then you win the whole thing. Wouldn't you feel like, damn, if it wasn't for Jim, I wouldn't be here? Like, would you really
I'm already in the playoffs.
No, the thing is that just because you let them win the one game doesn't mean that he has a free ticket to the money.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, you still got to win 3 more weeks.
That would always that that can, if it was so important for you to reach out to the person, it must have meant something.
No, but maybe what if you don't reach out? Like, what if you just see the numbers and you're just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm facing Jimmy today. He needs one more game to make the playoffs. I have no chance. I'm just not even gonna worry about my lineup.
So then that's different. Then I don't really give a shit.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, what would you do? Not if I reached out to you and asked you. Like, but you might still think the same way because you said you'll still do your lineup.
But you're already in the playoffs. It's not about, you getting in the playoffs. You're already in the playoffs. It just, I guess at this point, it's just about seeding, right? Like it might be where you might have that first round bye.
It's important.
Which it might be important. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important. But you're already in the playoffs, so it really doesn't matter. Now, to answer your question, if I was in that position and you help me out, and let's just say I get the first round bye, at the end of the day, I sort of did what I had to do to win the entire thing. Just because you helped me out on the one game it's not really going to take power away from me on the whole thing.
In our league, for example, if I were to do that, it goes from you playing Aris in the first round, for example, to playing Naun in the first round.
Are you trying to say Naun sucks?
I mean, his team is not that powerful. I mean, we're gonna show this weekend. I mean, his is not that powerful. And to go back to where we are, yeah, we do have 2 weeks left. And I mean, I'm one of the hottest teams out there. I mean, I've won 5. I won 5 out of the last 6 games. He's gonna
start making some noise.
Hey, you know, it's funny because this guy traded Dalvin Cook for Singletary, and then doesn't start Singletary. You didn't start Singletary last week.
I didn't have to. We won. I won.
But Jim, do you understand how crazy?
Wait, who'd you start instead of Singletary?
Michael Carter, and he played well, but he got hurt in the middle of the second quarter.
So now you don't have. So now you have a hurt Michael Carter.
No, he might play, but I made a move. I'm starting Singletary.
So who's the starting running back for the Jets this week? James?
No, either James Robinson, but he was hurt last week, so he didn't play. Maybe Zonovan Knight, who played really well this past week. But I mean, I might not start any of the Jets running backs. I might just start Elijah Moore as the flex because the Vikings, like I was saying, Carlos, have the worst pass defense in the NFL, and the Jets got to go.
Well, Garrett Wilson's going to get 2 touchdowns.
I don't need Garrett Wilson to get 2 touchdowns, but if he does, it opens up the field for Elijah Moore.
It kind of worries me whether I start the Vikings or not.
I told you this, but you don't listen. Elijah Moore.
You're gonna listen to him, a Jets fan.
I mean, look how he played, and look what Mac Jones did
Chicago
to the Vikings.
Bears.
Look what Mac Jones did to the Vikings. I mean, Mac Jones on Thanksgiving was lighting him up, and he has no name wide receivers. The Vikings have a terrible job. I mean, a terrible thing.
You
to
can't
stop
say that
pass.
they have no names wide receivers.
What's the name of the wide receivers?
I don't even know.
Who? He doesn't even play for them team anymore. It's Devontae Parker, and he was.
Bourne does play for the Patriots. Yes, he does. You want to bet?
No, I'm not gonna bet.
Yeah, he plays for the Patriots.
Yeah,
he was just hurt.
Okay, so he probably didn't play that game. But
no, but he's back.
But they have the worst.
He's their number 1 receiver.
They have the worst pass. They have the worst pass defense in the league. So I mean, I'm excited, especially after what I saw from Mike White.
Ooh, Minnesota.
Yeah, especially from what I saw from Mike White. Not just last week, but when he's able to be out there, he just slings the ball and he just makes the easy play.
The Jets have a very good matchup because I think Sauce Gardner could I think he could
against the Vikings.
Yeah, I think he could leave.
I don't think he can lock up Justin Jefferson.
I think he could leave Jefferson at less than 50 yards.
I'm excited.
I think he's that good. I'm not gonna, and
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think he's that good,
bro. He's that guy. I mean,
yeah, he is. He's pretty fucking good.
And then you got DJ.
I'm just not
Reed.
a hater.
You got DJ Reed on Adam Thielen, who hasn't really produced as much as I thought he was going to be.
I doubt Reed is going to be on Adam Thielen because Thielen usually
plays the slot. So
yeah,
then we'll play Michael Carter. Michael Carter the second on him in the slot. I mean, whatever. We're gonna continue into that. So yeah, that's my point. I mean, we'll go into this week's games. The Jets. If Mike White plays well, which I expect him to do, a little better than a game manager, I think the Jets walk away with this one maybe 24-10, 24-14.
God damn, you're only giving the Vikings
10 points.
And you guys 24.
I don't think that the Vikings are gonna. Dalvin Cook's not gonna run on us. I mean, we have one of the best run defense in the league, and we have one of the best pass defenses in the league. So I don't really see them moving the ball. They don't have tight ends. Their tight end is on our team now. And I don't think Thielen is good enough to get open.
Wait, who doesn't have tight ends?
The Vikings. The Conklin is on our team. They let him go, so they don't have.
Don't they have Hodgkinson, the tight end from the
Lions?
From the Lions, as much better than the tight end from your team.
He's been hit or miss. You compare stats. I mean, Conklin has more receiving yards.
Conklin is not better than.
Well, I mean, you compare
not better. There's no way, no shot. You can't even say that. But
let's compare stats since he joined the Vikings. I mean, I'm just saying that isn't. And Kirk Cousins is an inconsistent quarterback. You don't know what type of Kirk Cousins you're going to get. You're going to get a good Kirk. You're going to get an okay Kirk. So I mean, we are playing in Minnesota. It's going to be tough, but we don't have to.
It's going to be cold as fuck.
It's a dome. So nice try.
Is it? No, it's going to be cold before they get inside.
But as the good thing as a Jet
I'm
fans,
fucking petty. I'll fucking open up the dome for you guys.
Fucked up. That affects their players too.
But
so what? They better get used to it. Practice outside.
So how you guys feel about your games? Let's go to individual games. Carlos, how you feel about your Eagles?
I don't know. It's a tough matchup. I mean, we got the Titans coming up. We can't fucking find a way to stop the fucking run. So, and we're gonna play against Derrick Henry. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be too close of a game. I think ultimately, Derrick Henry's gonna have a hell of a game, to be honest with you, and I think he'll probably throw a touchdown, 1 or 2, like he's done in the past.
You think Derrick Henry's gonna throw a touchdown?
Yeah.
So you like those goal line?
Yeah, like those goal line plays. I mean, if he starts running the ball, like I know he'll run the ball. I mean, we're gonna bite, and he's gonna have that shit wide open.
You should be the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I should.
That's a big man to stop, bro.
That is a big man to stop, bro.
Big dude.
Like we were having trouble with fucking AJ Dillon from the Packers.
He's pretty big.
But AJ Dillon is a big man.
Exactly.
AJ
we
Dillon
were having a
probably
bro.
Just
He was
as
averaging 8 yards a fucking carry. Imagine Derrick Henry. Bro,
Dude,
like
we
have no hope in our fucking
game was
rush.
a beautiful game for gamblers. Like that whole week was just a shitty week in regards to like betting and stuff like that. And the Eagles Packers game was beautiful because everybody was scoring back and forth. Like Miles Sanders had 2 touchdowns in the first half. Like it was just amazing. Brown had a touchdown in the second half.
Watson had 2. I tried to pick him up on fantasy.
Yeah, I mean,
Hurts had like 100 yards rushing in the first half.
Yeah,
like it was crazy.
I mean, it was great. I mean, I went to the game. I mean, it was awesome. It was that back and forth thing. I mean, as a fan, I don't like back and forths. I'd rather it just be a blowout. To be completely honest with you, if I'm at the game, If I'm at the game, I'd rather it to be a blowout.
What? So you want to pay? You want to pay money to watch a blowout?
Yeah.
Nah, that you're crazy.
Like that back and forth. I get too stressed out. Like for me,
but it's fun.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
makes
fun.
it exciting.
It's fun, but it's like
I prefer my team to win. Like I don't want it to be like so close, but like I prefer my team to win like a good competitive game, and they win with like a great drive by like Lamar Jackson or something like that, and then they win like that. Then just seeing a blowout that then by the second quarter I'm already like, yo, this shit is over, and then I want to leave by the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't mean like a blowout like that either. Like I mean like at least a comfortable 2 touchdown lead.
That's still a blowout.
No.
If my team is up 2 touchdowns with like 6 minutes
in the
to
NFL,
go,
it doesn't matter if you're up to
2 touchdowns. Yeah, if you're the Ravens, that's true. But not if you're the fucking. Not if you're the Eagles.
You're playing the Packers. If you're up by 2 touchdowns with 6 minutes to go, without Aaron Rodgers, you were pretty much in.
Oh, I was comfortable. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, with the Titans, I mean, hopefully AJ Brown has an outstanding game. I think I saw like he has 100% advantage over any cornerback that the Titans are giving him. So hopefully he can match Derrick Henry's energy in that game. So hopefully it'll be a close game, but I hate to say it, but I think the Titans are going to come away with this one.
Wow.
Yeah, 24-21.
Aggressive.
You guys playing Philly, right? Tight game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might
it's scary to say, bro. Like I if we had any chance of stopping the run, I would say we would have it. But we can't stop the run. And that's all they do. They fucking start pounding that ball. Then they'll do play action passes. That's just gonna be wide open. It's game. It's cut.
And Mike Vrabel is comes out of that Patriot coaching tree. So I mean he knows how to kind of neutralize your best players. So I mean, there's that to think about. But
I mean, this game it's gonna have to be Hurts beating them through the air, not through the ground.
Yeah, I just want to show off this fucking beautiful jacket that I got from Nike.
Very nice.
Would you pay $150 for it?
Nah, it was like
143.
80.
$80?
Yeah, it was like 89.
Would you go to the factory store?
No, I've never shopped.
Oh,
buddy.
He goes directly to Nike headquarters.
But what do you think? What do you think about your game, Darius? What you got? You pathetic Ravens.
We play the Broncos this week.
That's right.
Let's ride, right? The only thing that I would say, the Broncos is going to be a tough matchup, but the thing is, like the Broncos secondary is pretty fucking nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the Ravens don't really rely on their receivers to kind of get anything, you know. So the matchup is not that great. It really just depends on how the Ravens run the ball. Like their defense has been hideous. We even last week against the Jaguars, they gave up 2 scores again at the end of the quarter. There was like 6 minutes left. The Ravens are up and they were up 10 points and they lose again. And then they go for 2. They disrespect them, go for 2, and they get a touchdown easily. The Ravens can't stop anything. Marcus Peters, I don't know if he's injured or what. He's led up like 800 yards this season and like 7 touchdowns. Like it's pretty bad, and this guy is supposed to be like a fucking stud. We got him from the Rams. He's supposed to be pretty good, and I don't know what happens. He does make big plays, but he also gives up a lot of yards. It's embarrassing. I don't know. It's like a weird situation because like I hate our offensive coordinator, Greg Roman. He like plays offense like we're in 2005. Like I really don't even know like what their game plan is. Like, you know, it's like they run the ball, but they don't even run it that much. It's weird. Like, you know, one day Lamar Jackson has like 100 yards rushing. Then another day it's Kenyon Drake. Then another day we have Edwards coming back. Rashard Bateman is always fucking hurt. Like half of our players are always hurt. We don't have any receivers to throw it to. Last week, the biggest passing play that we had was to Sean Jackson. He's 35 years old. Like it's just it's crazy. So I mean, in that game for the Ravens to win, their defense is gonna have to step up. Russell Wilson's been playing like trash. His team doesn't even like him. So hopefully that affects him. Maybe he fucking gets a little down on himself and we knock him the fuck out. I don't know. The Ravens need to win this week because we're tied right now with the Bengals in our division. I think we're leading them still because we did beat them. But if we lose this week and the Bengals win, like we might not even make the fucking playoffs. So
you think Russell Wilson's hurt because nobody went to his birthday party?
Yeah. Would you not be hurt? Maybe he doesn't give a fuck. It's weird. That guy is weird.
But you don't know how accurate the information is.
I wouldn't go to his birthday party.
He's a man of the Lord.
Yeah, he could be a man of the Lord, but he could also be a
What does that have to do with
I heard that nobody likes him because it's like he's not like really cool with people. It's like he's more of like, oh, this is business. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay.
He looks like that.
Yeah, he looks like just like a business guy. Like he doesn't want to practice with you like, you know, during the off season and stuff like that. He doesn't do any of that stuff. So it's like, you know, football, like, yeah, it is a job, but at the same time, like you want to build chemistry with the people. You want to like have a relationship. That's when people want to fight for you. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't have no relationship with you and you're playing like shit. Yo, get him the fuck out of here. And we're paying him all this fucking money. He was supposed like the Broncos have a great defense. I heard that if the Broncos scored 19 points this season, they would have been 9-1. Like that's how great their defense is. Like, but they just can't score on offense. They have the worst red zone offense in the NFL. It's bad, and hopefully the Ravens could take advantage of that.
So, just to add on, right? And well, to add on to that, yeah. I mean, the Jets played the Broncos without Russell Wilson, and yeah, their offense was moving a lot better. I was actually upset when Russell Wilson wasn't playing because I knew that he just doesn't belong there. So
because you guys would probably been 6-5. Right?
No, we beat the Broncos and
because Russell Wilson wasn't there.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Justin Fields didn't play.
Yeah, I mean, sucks. That's not my fault.
Justin Fields would have ran like 150 yards on you guys.
Did Lamar do that?
No cap.
Did Lamar do that?
No cap, my boy.
Against us?
But the thing is that Lamar doesn't have to do that against you guys. He just fucking scored touchdowns. Throwing it to Mark Andrews.
I would love
it. It doesn't matter.
I'd rather play
you're
you guys.
the one that brought it up.
I wanted to play you guys right now.
We would beat you guys. We would beat you guys.
All right.
All I got to say is Jets and Ravens.
Yeah, we should move on because that's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard.
I mean, we stopped Josh Allen, who's a better quarterback than both the people, all 3 quarterbacks that you guys just announced. And they have a better offense, and we beat them with Zach Wilson. So I mean, that was sad.
So then that literally doesn't make because you guys beat the Bills, that means that you can beat the Ravens. You lost to us.
It was the first game of the season.
You
get
lost
butterflies.
If the Ravens,
everybody's your best friend.
If the Ravens weren't so fucking shitty in the second half, the Ravens defense is shit. We could have been undefeated right now. I can say things like that, hypothetical shit that just doesn't matter. Because life is not about hypothetical shit.
The
Ravens give up a whole bunch of touchdowns at the end. You guys lost to us. Just live with it. It's okay.
When you go
we
to
have the
school,
same record.
Is the first day of school, everybody's your fucking best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is your favorite teacher.
No, that's not true.
You sit everywhere.
That's not true.
If you
Nope.
Everybody is your best friend. When you let's think about
this
when
guy's
you first go to high
like
school.
if they don't know their teammates, like if they don't play,
all rookies.
They don't.
Yeah, but they spent a lot of time
all
together.
Rookies. Where? Training camp? You can't compare that to
Jim,
real season games.
Training camp.
That's real
OTA.
season games.
He's the type of person that makes excuses. Like he'll pick a shitty team in Madden, and then if he beats you, then he'll say, "And we beat you with the shitty team." But if you lose, then it's like, "Oh, I had a shitty team."
Yeah.
I don't play Madden. I mean,
I'm just giving you an example. Like if the Jets would have beaten the Ravens, then it would have been a different story, right? Then you would have been like, "Oh, we've been good since the beginning."
But I told you guys when we went to the game, it's the first game of the season. That's why I believe that we can win.
What games did the Jets lose? What games did the Jets lose this year?
The Ravens, the Patriots twice, and the Bengals.
What week did they lose to the Bengals?
Week 3, when Flacco was still quarterback.
And what week was it that that Zach Wilson threw for 3 inches in the second half?
Against the Patriots.
Last week.
Last week?
And
no, it wasn't last week. It was a week
2 weeks
before.
ago. And we still almost won that game. If it wasn't for a fucking if the guy doesn't run back a punt.
Spectacular.
So then what's the whole story about the first day of school when you guys literally lost 2 weeks ago to the Patriots?
That we can beat you guys now.
Okay.
I mean, make the playoffs and then we'll see.
Ooh.
You make the playoffs.
We're in the playoffs.
My head would have fucking exploded.
We're in the playoffs.
How are you in the playoffs?
Right now, we're in the playoffs.
Okay, so are we.
Hey, what are you talking
not till
about?
Sunday. Yeah, the first game of the season, I could have said we're in the playoffs because we beat you guys.
So talking about the first day of school, Deshaun Watson can start playing this now. How do y'all feel about
the
that?
Browns are making the fucking playoffs.
No,
here we go.
What?
Just kidding. But
I'm about to say, bro, what are you saying right now?
So just to tag about that, right? Me and Darius are talking about it. I think we're all in the chat, and Darius is like, "Oh, that one of the things that me and Darius are talking about that we found really odd was that his accusers are said, right? They're said to be attending his first game, and what I don't understand, and I'll give you guys the floor, but just give me a quick sec here. If you were really traumatized,
he's like, I'm gonna take all the good thoughts and then I'll leave it up to you guys.
You guys have no fucking comment.
No, but one of the things, if you're really traumatized, right, like as on a life-changing experience, right? Like let's say you're driving or whatever, and somebody, like for example, if you almost get into a car accident, you're traumatized for like a week, right? Like you're like, oh my God, like I don't know if I can drive right now. Like it happens, we're human. But for these people to be all these accusers, for them to be traumatized in what they said in court against Deshaun, why would you voluntarily pay tickets? Because it's not like the NFL is giving you free tickets, right? You got to buy the tickets to attend and support. Like, what do you think, Deshaun?
Well, they're probably not going to support. They're probably going to make some type of statement, even though it's a stupid ass statement if you're actually going to the game.
So they're sitting in section 300. You think the Deshaun Jackson?
I highly doubt they're sitting in that fucking high.
I'm pretty sure
after they just got a bag.
Once they found out, I'm pretty sure some fucking rich white guy there is like, hey, you guys want to sit next to me, like right in the front row, and we'll make a sign.
But it's just I don't see what impact they're gonna make. And one of the things that I told Darius was like, can you imagine like Deshaun, let's say, rushes for a touchdown, and let's say they are sitting front row, right? They're sitting right behind the goalpost, and Deshaun Watson runs for a touchdown and goes with the football and goes to give it to them. How would you guys feel about that?
It would be better if he lift up his shirt and it said Tuggies for life.
Or I didn't do it.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Like it wasn't me.
I would respect that motherfucker.
Yeah, I would say like
you would
respect
him, but not the NFL, and he'd be out the fucking he'd be suspended for the rest of the year.
But him, it would be like you know what, fuck you. You did what you tried to do. You got your bag, but guess what? Now I'm still playing.
Exactly.
So whatever you tried, your intentions were, it didn't work. I mean, so fuck you.
He's like, suck on this.
Suck on this. I need a massage now.
No, not for nothing. That like with all due, like we're just joking around and stuff about that because the allegations, because we don't know what happens. The only people that know was the women and Deshaun, right?
Yeah, but women
we
lie.
don't know what exactly happened during that situation, so we can't, like it just doesn't make any really. It doesn't, to me personally. I mean, Carlos, you want to go before I get into it?
I mean, you don't think they're trying to get a bag?
What do you mean a bag?
Like they're not trying to get money out of it?
Of course. I think that was, I think, to be honest, what was my perspective in the whole situation? I think that what had happened was Deshaun Watson was contacting, and this is just me thinking, Deshaun Watson was contacting all these beautiful women off of Instagram to get massages. He was hooking up with a couple of them, right? They started giving it up. Then he did it to the wrong one.
Yep.
He did it to a female. He did it to the wrong one. Maybe he might have done it to two women. Who knows? He did something. He maybe got a little too flirty, or he disrespected them. They didn't like it. They complained about it. And then one of the lawyers said, you know what? I'm going to backtrack to every woman he's hit up. I'm going to see all these women. And the best way for you to win in the court's eyes is to have numbers. Yeah. So I can guarantee you that I don't know. I don't know, but I'm speculating. But I'm pretty sure that there was multiple women that were suing that just knew they can get a bag off of it, right? That they, and he's going to settle, because it's like, if it was one or two, okay, but when you got 20 women, you ain't winning that, buddy. Like, even if he didn't do anything to any of those women, like in the public and the court's eyes, like, yo, how you put yourself in this situation, like, just for those reasons alone, you got to pay. He's going to come up like a couple of $1 million. These women,
that's just crazy.
Deshaun's a freak. I mean, there's a video. There's a video of him, bro.
That sounded wild.
No, but look, we're gonna go into.
But
there's a video of him and the porn star Mia Khalifa, where she's on a maid costume, and they're playing fucking basketball hoops in his living room.
I've seen that.
So like the dude is
fuck out of here.
Yeah, like the dude is. I mean, he's.
But the thing is, that's crazy. Okay. Like,
I mean,
what's wrong with an NFL star dating a porn star?
No, that's fine.
Jimmy Garoppolo did it. He took this girl out on a date. What was the name?
Jimmy Garoppolo is that man, bro. He's a handsome
no homo.
man. He's a handsome man, bro.
Guy.
He's a quarterback. I mean, that guy's life is set. As long as the quarterback they got hurt, that's hurt. What's the guy's name for San Francisco?
Trey Lance.
Yeah, if he doesn't come back, I mean, Jimmy G, just stay there, bro. You got sunny weather. You got
the Warriors cheerleaders.
You got like any girl out there can fucking line up to be there with this man, and he's the quarterback.
But you think that he can only get that in San Francisco?
But it's just like, why would you go somewhere else? Somewhere that's
because I mean,
like, why would you go
what's
somewhere
wrong with the cold?
But not every place that he can play for is cold.
I think every place that needs a quarterback is cold right now. There's no sunny
literally
place.
Right. It's cold.
Yeah. There's no like, why would you give up? Like, why would you give up? He's doing the bare minimum. He's throwing the ball maybe 8 times a game.
The thing is that he literally is the San Francisco might be the most talented offense and defense I've ever seen, like, put together all in one.
Offense now. Defense. I'm not sold on it yet.
Overall, like, they have
they got Nick Bosa, but they don't got no safeties and they don't have no secondary. So I'm not sold on the defense yet. But
yeah, okay, I agree.
In a
on
shootout, they'll win.
I don't think so, though. I don't think Jimmy G could put up the numbers. He has offensive weapons.
He doesn't really have to put up the numbers like that. Like, you have McCaffrey that runs routes better than anybody else in the NFL. You have Deebo Samuels, Ayuk that you traded.
No, I let him go. I picked him. I dropped him. Ayuk, yeah, because he's a hit or miss. But I mean,
he's their number one right now.
Yeah,
receiving wise
now. So I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, Carlos, you got anything to add on the Sean?
Nah, bro. I just hate females lying, bro. That's just crazy. They're just trying to get a bag.
I mean, yeah.
It's like that whole Me Too movement. Like, I get it. I mean, there are circumstances. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to be insensitive about it. But like, if you're just taking advantage, then you can just go fuck yourself.
You know what it is? It's not the women. It's not the women. It's not the women's fault. It's the system. The system is the one that puts them in situations.
It gives them the opportunity.
Exactly. Because the thing is that if something happened to us and somebody came up to us and they were like, yo, Jimmy, yo, Carlos, if you sue this person, you can get it. Like, let's say a Walmart, right? Like, let's say you go to a Walmart and something happens in that Walmart. Nothing happened to you, but you were traumatized, right? Because people can sue for shit like
Emotional.
that, right? And they came up to you guys and they're like, hey, you were traumatized. You can sue and get it back. You guys will be there. Even if it was bullshit, you'd be there. So I don't blame these women for going and they gotta fake it. They're not gonna just act normal. They gotta fake it. They have to have a story. All of that. They're not gonna get this money. Like, I mean, bullshit for a year or 2 years and make $1 million or So
I guess to me, I'm just biased because, I mean, if it's Walmart, who gives a fuck? Walmart has so much money, right? But like, if you're just trying to affect somebody's like livelihood, like this is what he uses to eat. Like, this is his career, and this is something that can end it. Like, that's different. Like, for me, yeah, I'd fucking try to sue Walmart for all they have. I mean, they got all the money in the world.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, like it's just crazy. Like,
people forget that all of this shit started brewing when he didn't want to play for the Texans anymore. Like,
yeah, I wonder who started that shit up, right? Like,
it wasn't it like one of the lawyers for the Texans.
And I mean, yeah, you kind of dive into it a little more. I mean, maybe we'll do a little more research on the next couple episodes to kind of see, because I mean, now the Texans, if you follow the NFL, they have no quarterback, they have no future. They have a hell of a rookie.
Mills, I thought Mills was going to be good at the beginning of the season. He looked promising.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know,
because nobody watched film about him. So I mean, you kind of, they have a hell of a rookie running back in Damian Pierce. I mean, and they got Brandon. They got Brandon Cooks. So I mean,
Brandon Cook doesn't want to be there. Guaranteed he's gone.
Because I mean, they don't have Deshaun. So I mean, yeah, you kind of
he has nobody to throw him.
Kind of see like if they're upset. But we're gonna go into some news that came out today about Antonio Brown, and I got a little bit of an update on it. I mean, from what we know, Tampa Bay police offered they issued a warrant to arrest Antonio Brown, and we got some updates on Twitter that he was in a standoff with the cops in his house. But we have updating news, and the misinformation is that there is no standoff with the police and Antonio Brown.
Oh, so that was a lie.
And the police are trying to serve him the warrant, but they cannot find him at the moment.
He has a dungeon.
It is he's not home. He's not home, so they're not barging his house. And it is a misdemeanor for throwing a shoe at his baby mama. So it's not that they're barging.
Bro, he was throwing it at the closet, and she was in the area. I mean, bro, you see what I mean?
It's
like women always try to take advantage of men. Like, look at Kim Kardashian getting fucking child support, $200,000 from Kanye West. Do you really need $200,000?
I mean, that's his fault though. You marry somebody that's rich and wealthy, bro,
but like,
sign the prenup.
Kim don't need money,
but sign the prenup.
But no, listen, Kim doesn't need the money, but at the same time, if he's not with them day by day, then he does have a responsibility, because not only does she has to take care of the kids and stuff, but does all the money have to come out of her pocket for the babysitting, for security, for the schools? Because at the end of the day, we hear about it and we see like, oh, okay, like a kid doesn't cost that much, but these kids are not just any ordinary kids. These are the Kardashian and Kanye West's kids. They live a certain lifestyle. They need security. They probably pay millions of dollars for babysitters and nannies and this and that. So yeah, I think $200,000 a month is kind of excessive, but he does. Bro, they have 4 kids together.
But do you really think Kim is there fucking crunching numbers?
I think the lawyers are.
That's why she pays a lawyer.
I think the lawyers are.
If it's a regular person, like if it's somebody like we know, I get it. Child support, yes, 100%.
18 years.
But bro,
18
like,
years. She got 4 of your kids, got you for 18 years.
Bro, that's crazy. $200K. Like, she's not fucking, she don't need it. She's not there. She's not there fucking thinking, oh, fuck, I got to pay $10,000 to the nanny. Bro, she makes fucking $10,000 a minute.
But it's the system. I mean, he knew what he was getting himself into, and as a father, he needs to accept those responsibilities. So they went to court. They crunched the numbers. They obviously, I mean, he must have hired some lawyers.
Yeah, but I think that Kanye would be like, "Yo, don't worry. I got you. Like, whatever
you need, maybe that's what it is.
I'll hook you up. Like, if it is like for this, for that, I give you the money.
Maybe she doesn't want to deal with him anymore.
Yeah, maybe. It could be that. I mean, maybe they're not in talking terms, or maybe one day he's good and one day he's not. So she's lived with him. They were married, so she maybe understands stuff. we got to kind of have to understand her point of view. Maybe she's seen sides of him that nobody sees, that the public doesn't see.
We even just the public side of him is wild.
Is weird, right? So like imagine at home with 4 kids. Maybe she's traumatized and maybe she thinks that that's going to be, but we don't know what the kids feel like watching what he's been through. So I mean, we get it. I mean, he put himself in that position, and it's sad because growing up he was a good artist. I mean, he was a great
He's
artist.
Still a good artist,
but it just doesn't come out with anything anymore, just because of whether it be mental illness, whether it be his personality, whether it be his personal choosings. It's sad to see somebody like that just kind of do like a flip, literally from a couple months, just flip, and you kind of ask yourself, when does it end? And there's no light at the end of the tunnel right now for him.
I think if I was him, I would if there isn't any type of specific form of payment, I'll just give her Bitcoin so she can get fucked.
You think?
Listen,
Bitcoin?
with them.
Yeah.
The sad part about the whole Kanye thing is that how talented he is, like, and
he was
how much of a trendsetter. I've never seen anybody more influential than Kanye West. Like literally, especially in like the public eye. First of all, when he used to just rap and sing, like he used to always wear certain type of clothes. I remember from like 2005, 2006, he used to wear certain types of shirts and stuff like that. People used to make fun of him, like, yo, he dresses corny. Like, who dresses like that? Like, he's gay, he's this and that. They used to say certain things about him, right? But he had a vision, right? And if you look at every rapper now, they all dress a certain way. They're all about fashion and stuff like that. Us growing up, fashion wasn't really a thing. You had a couple of people that were into fashion, but not what it is now. Every famous person, every rapper, everybody, they're very fashion heavy. And it started with him. All of that started with him. And then what he wanted to do, he wanted to get into fashion himself, building his own stuff. He made Yeezys one of the biggest shoe brands ever.
Yeah,
ever.
So
that all came from him, bro. And now he went from all of that to losing it all in a matter of a month.
Months.
He lost it all, and not only that, he lost his business. Because you sign some paper, you lose your fucking business, and then the cherry on top. Now you lost like half of your money, and now you got to pay $200,000 a month for kids. And when it rains, it pours.
And
it's crazy.
You kind of think about the influence that Kanye had. I mean, I'm an NBA fan, and just watching the players back in the day, 2005, 2006, where they would just come to NBA games wearing sweatpants and stuff. And now you see players like Russell Westbrook and James Harden, and the way that they just get to the arena, you kind of have to think that maybe Kanye had a little bit of influence on that. In kind of just say, hey, be yourself, but don't be afraid to go a little out there. I mean,
but sometimes they look stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, that's their personality. That's what they want to do. Like, so,
like, I remember Kyler Murray came out with a game day fit. That nigga looked ugly as hell.
I mean,
it was like a lime green suit.
It is what
the thing is. Some people can try fashion and it looks like stupid on them. Like, no matter what they do.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. And then some people, like when Joe Burrow be wearing like some crazy suits, it kind of looks fresh. Yeah, it looks fresh. You get what I'm saying? That's why he be getting all the attention, and some people get mad about it
because he's a white quarterback. But before we move on,
but he had grills one day. But that shit was ridiculous.
His captions are fire though.
Before we move on, now that you touched on Kyler Murray, I think Kyler Murray is the next Russell Wilson. I think his time is done in Arizona.
Already?
Yeah.
He just signed a contract like last year.
I think
this
it's done.
year. I think it was the beginning of this year.
I think the time is done. I think that whatever the coach is done by the middle of next season. You heard it here first, and I think that DeAndre Hopkins has too much influence on that franchise to get Kyler Murray out of there.
I don't know, because DeAndre Hopkins is about to. I think he's like 31. Like, he's not like a young wide receiver. He's still good. He's one of the best in the NFL. But it's not like you're talking about a game-changing wide receiver that's going to change your whole franchise. He's, and he's going to be there for the next like 8-9 years. The dude is old in the older side for a receiver. Like, he probably has like 2 more years as in his prime.
I think he's done. I think Kyler Murray is done just by watching his body language and watching the way that the team has performed. And watching watching videos of how the team reacts in the huddle. I mean, I think he's done. I could be wrong, but just by watching it, I think he's done. I think the coach is done. And once you change your coach, it's only a matter of time that the quarterback gets changed in the NFL. It's just history. But
you don't think that? Sorry to cut you off, Jim, but you don't think that people are very quick to like give up on your teammates and coaches and stuff like that?
No.
You don't think so? Like,
No.
I feel like back in the day, like they would ride out with a quarterback for a little while. Like now, like a quarterback has one bad season, it's like you see your own teammates trying to shit on you, like calling you out in the sideline. Like all you're doing when you're yelling and doing that doesn't help a player. That doesn't help somebody. That doesn't help their confidence. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can have a conversation with them, but you barking at somebody in the sideline, like, fucking play better. Oh, okay, I'm gonna play better now because you're yelling at me, and everybody's pissed off and all that. I don't think that helps.
So
it helps for Peyton Manning. It helped for Tom Brady.
So
because you saw that one Jeff Saturday yelling at Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning yelling at each other.
Oh yeah, but like,
we're gonna go into
bro. Like, look, it's
sorry. I'll give you guys an example. You have Kyler Murray, who's been playing not up to par, and then you have Colt McCoy, who comes in and has a good game, and Arizona kind of just starts feeling a little bit of attraction. Then you have the Jets. I mean, Zach Wilson, who hasn't been playing nowhere near as expectations. You got Mike White, and just by being in the stadium, you feel the difference and the interaction. But one example that I'm going to give is the Dallas Cowboys. You had Cooper Rush. You had Cooper Rush playing while Dak was hurt. And even though Cooper Rush was winning, you heard it from the players themselves say, when Dak comes in, Dak is our guy. Not the coaches, but the players. And even though Cooper Rush was 5-1 or 5-0, they said it, Dak is our guy. You didn't hear that with Arizona when Colt McCoy was in. You didn't hear that from the coaches when Colt McCoy was in.
Yeah, but that wasn't Colt McCoy's first team.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't. Colt McCoy started in Cleveland.
Exactly. If he didn't succeed there, what makes him think?
But maybe the system is different. But that says you brought him to be a backup. But the players, the coaches are not saying that he's going to be a backup. It's like, if you're hurt and you're the franchise quarterback, are you going to say, hey, you know what? The job is yours. Be ready. Be ready. But we're going to have Colt start. No. He said, you know what? Colt is winning. Hey, how do you feel? Colt is winning. Same thing with the Jets. Robert Saleh said, oh, I can't tell you if Zach comes in. Of course not. You better not fucking say Zach is ready to come in, because the way that Mike White played, even last year when Mike White played against Cincinnati, we beat Joe Burrow. When he went to play on Thursday night, when we went to Mother's to watch it, he was playing an amazing game. Threw a fucking 40-yard dart for a touchdown, then gets hurt. And then we're stuck bringing back in Zach. But right now, as a coach, if you have your franchise quarterback and he's hurt, you have to kind of put that example, that stable in your locker room to say, hey guys, this is our guy. And I think Arizona has lost the coaching. The coach himself has lost it.
That's not the coach's job. I think it belongs to the quarterback. I think the quarterback is to establish himself, obviously, as a leader, right? Like, just a clear example. Last year, Jalen Hurts, he didn't play that great. He was pretty bad. We finished the season 9-8, but we started 4-8. But it was all about him establishing himself as a leader, as saying, I'm gonna ride with you guys. Believe we have something good. Just wait. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. He got his guys to believe in him. I think every quarterback should have that type of trait, to have your team fall behind. And guess what? The Eagles, not even the coaches, not even the executives, it was the players that stood behind them, even though we were basically about to lose the season. We were 4-8 or something like that. And we came back and had a winning season. But I think it all fell down on Jalen Hurts establishing him as a leader and telling them, look, I understand that this is happening right now, but something's good's going to happen. Something's good's going to happen. It's all about giving hope to your players. Like that whole shit with Zach Wilson when he was no about the whole defensive stuff. Anybody would have been fuck this guy.
At the end of the day, what it is that a quarterback is supposed to be, they all are not, but they're supposed to be the leader. They're supposed to run and I agree with what Carlos is saying. It's not the coaches.
Yeah.
It's not the coach, because the coach can say whatever to you. It's like somebody at work can say whatever to you. If you don't believe it, you're not going to believe it. If you have somebody there that you believe in, that even if like, okay, you guys are not playing good, but I have my trust in this guy to be the leader of this team. I put my trust in him, then they'll go to bat for you any day. And that's what probably happened with the Eagles. You know, they didn't pay that well, but they believed in him. Hurts is probably there with his teammates. Like he probably has great leadership and he talks to his teammates. He's there. They see him practicing harder than anybody else. All of that. All right, I'm gonna fight for this guy if I see him do that. But if I see my quarterback like have a bad game and then I see him on Twitch fucking playing Call of Duty,
like nothing,
then it's like, yo, like what the fuck? And then it depends on the way you talk to somebody. You get what I'm saying? So I agree with what Carlos is saying. I don't think that it's the coach's thing, and
I think the coach manages the game, creates the culture. That's it. Everything else falls on the players.
All right. So, Carlos, while we were talking about Kim and Kanye, you made a comment there about Kanye just giving her Bitcoin, and one of the things we talked about was crypto, and what we came to a conclusion of just kind of naming as a crypto pyramid or crypto Ponzi scheme, I guess, if you guys want to put it that way. What do you guys? I mean, I really wasn't as big as crypto, so I'll go first and I'll let you guys really dive into it. I mean, I just really, I had some money invested in Bitcoin and some money invested in Dogecoin or whatever it was called. And I remember the trend of how it was going up. If it makes $1, people would be millionaires. And then now it's just like, it just hit the floor faster than a textbook hitting the floor. So I mean, I'll let you guys have the floor.
I mean, the only reason why I said that is because
you like that, right?
This guy said a textbook. I mean, I haven't held a textbook. I don't know how long, but I just said it with the whole Kim stuff because Odell got paid in Bitcoin and he had to end up paying at the end of the season. Like he literally didn't make no money, but that's because how Bitcoin just dropped. And if you give Kim Bitcoin, she ain't getting shit at the end of the day. Okay. So at the end of the day, he's winning. Do I think it was a scheme? No. Was it an opportunity, like a kind of like a get rich type thing? Yeah. I mean, it all depends on how much money you invested. I mean, like I had money in Bitcoin. I made some money out of Bitcoin. I made some money out of Dogecoin. Even the whole GameStop shit. Like sometimes you look at Twitter and Elon Musk says this, and he's one of the smartest guys in the world. So why not trust him in that? But do I think it was a scheme? No, because there's a lot of people that made a lot of money. It's a lot of people came out with end up winning at the end of the day. Is it the future? I believe so. I do believe so. I think at the end of the day, I think eventually, obviously not now or in the next 5-10 years, but eventually dollar's gonna go away and everything's gonna be just fucking virtual money and shit like that. Like that's my take. What about you, Darius?
I think that it was a scheme.
Okay.
I mean, we're just seeing what's going on now with a lot of these crypto billionaires, with FTX and a lot of these businesses, these crypto like websites that are getting closed down and people are taking out all their money. I kind of, because like let's say there's billionaires all over the place, but like let's say if I pay for something, right, and it's a tangible, right? Or like, let's say I'm going to pay for this box and it's $50. Okay. I know that they're making profits off of it, whatever. But with the whole crypto, it was like I was putting money towards a coin, like a non-existent coin. So what all it was is that I'm putting money towards something. And it's like, for the only way for somebody to make money is somebody got to lose money. That's at the end of the day, that's how it worked. All these billionaires or people that were becoming billionaires, people were losing money. And it's like, I knew it was a scheme, but I just wanted to be part of the scheme and try to like get the opportunity to cash out and make some money off of it, because I put myself in certain situations that I was like, I made money, and out of greed, thinking that I'm going to make more and more of it, I lost it. I've lost a lot of money in crypto, a lot of money, and I haven't taken it out because this happens with crypto. It's happened in the past. Initially when I think we can all agree, when we first all really heard about crypto was probably like maybe like 6 years ago when Bitcoin out of nowhere went to like 20 million.
And nobody was even
right. I mean, not 20 million, sorry, 20,000. And then it was like a big thing. And then it dropped. It went from 20,000 all the way to like 3,000. And it was crazy. People were like, it's dead. And then all of a sudden it went from 3,000 back up, all the way to 60. And now it's dropping. So it has its phases. But I think that's all it was. I think it is somewhat like, because it doesn't really have a, you can buy certain stuff with it now, but just at the end of the day, it's like if somebody's making, somebody's losing. You got 1 million people putting $500 or $5 into it. It could lead to whatever amount of millions of dollars. And then you can have this one guy that's a billionaire, right? That he says, you know what? I'm going to get this shit coin, right? The shit coin is worth like a quarter of a penny. I'm going to put $6 million towards this shit coin. All of a sudden that coin shoots up in value crazy and people get excited. Oh, this coin is going to be the next whatever. People are dumping their money into it. And then this one guy that they call a whale, that's what it is in the crypto world. There's whales. They take all that money. Now that $1 million that they put towards this thing just turned into $10 million over a month. And now they just take all their money and they pull the rug. And now everybody that was into it, the whole value of the coin drops. And then once they see the value of the coin drop, then everybody starts to take their money out right away. And then all of a sudden you have this one person that invested $1,000. Now their $1,000 is worth like 20 cents.
It's like it's a domino effect.
This is how people were becoming billionaires and how people were losing a shitload of money.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I didn't know much of it, but yeah, it sounds like a domino effect. And just to continue on, last week we had we brought up something new for our listeners and my co-hosts. I believe they liked the idea. We had a movie quote of the week. We haven't you guys will see there, it's out for you guys to comment. We were looking for the first person to comment on our Instagram page on what the movie was. It was something small, something easy, so I hope you guys got it. And this week, just going through, I think it was the day before yesterday I was pretty high, and I was going through my phone watching TV, and I saw something that I could have that I'm gonna add this week, and it's not a movie quote, but it's a riddle slash little question. I mean, I guess.
Can I guess the riddle?
No. I guess it's not a riddle. It's kind of a question, and I want you guys to answer it, and you guys will have about 10 seconds each to answer it, and then we're just gonna leave it to our listeners. Here we go. What word is spelled incorrectly in all the dictionaries of the world? Carlos,
wait.
What word? Please shut off your phone. Thanks.
I'm literally putting a bet because the game's about to start.
What word is spelled incorrectly in every dictionary all over the world? Carlos?
What word is spelled incorrectly in every dictionary all over the world?
Carlos, you got 10 seconds starting now.
What? That's my answer is what?
Darius, you have 10 seconds.
Riddles,
Can you repeat the question, please?
Wait, so he gets extra time.
What word is spelled incorrectly in all the dictionaries all over the world? You got 10 seconds starting now.
What word is spelled incorrectly in every dictionary all over the world? No word.
All right. Well, we'll leave that to our listeners to answer. And we're going to continue. Darius, our wonderful co-host, brought up something interesting. And I know all of us growing up, I mean, a lot of our listeners grew up through a stage where we loved to have breakfast cereal, right? I mean, growing up, but going to school, you love having breakfast cereal. So we kind of have to have the question brought up to you guys. What is your favorite breakfast cereal? I'm going to name my top three, and I'll get we'll get into you guys.
Shoot.
I think number one is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I absolutely love
garbage.
Bro. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I mean,
Fucking diabetes.
That's a terrible number one.
Diabetes in the fucking box.
Especially if I'm high.
Boo, nigga, boo.
If I'm high, I'm having Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 2 is Fruity Pebbles. I love Fruity Pebbles.
Okay.
And
people make fun of me because I like Fruity Pebbles.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles is a shit.
Really good. And then I like Lucky Charms. Those are my 3.
I'm too old for Lucky Charms.
Go ahead, Carlos. What's your top 3?
Fruit Loops.
Okay.
I respect it.
Twix.
The chocolate one, the Reese's chocolate?
No, Trix.
Oh, the with the bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That one and Lucky Charms.
Okay.
I'm a fruity type of guy.
Not bad. I could tell.
Lucky. You said Lucky Charms as well.
Number 3, yeah.
Lucky. I used to like Lucky Charms when I was younger. It gives me a stomach ache. Nah, I don't fuck with Lucky Charms anymore.
All right. So what's your top 3?
My number 1, the most diverse cereal, the best cereal of all time.
I was gonna say like Cheerios.
The best cereal of all time. I do fuck with Raisin Bran.
Bro, you fuck with Almond Joy. Like you're weird.
Yeah, I like almond. You don't like Almond Joy?
Fuck no.
All right, so the best cereal of all time, the most diverse that you cannot fuck with it is Frosted Flakes. That's number 1.
Okay.
I don't even know how people don't like.
Yeah.
How you not put Frosted Flakes as number? Frosted Flakes is the shit.
You add sugar or not?
What?
You add a little bit.
Bro,
of
you're
sugar?
the type of person. I used to when I was younger. I used to put like chocolate, some like a chocolate like powder, and then mix it in.
Nah,
and
bro.
have
There's no
chocolate milk
add-ons. There's no add-ons.
I'm saying when I was younger, I don't do that no more. Now it's just straight milk, 2%. I don't fuck with the whole milk.
Yeah,
I don't like milk in my
2% for
cereal.
me.
Almond milk. I
Bro,
like almond
so
milk.
you're the type of guy to go in an ice cream store and ask for vanilla ice cream?
Yes.
With
You're
sprinkles,
weird,
yeah.
bro.
No, I don't
What?
get sprinkles either. I get
vanilla?
just vanilla.
Bro,
Straight up.
you
All
are
right, so
weird.
that's number 1.
But I don't really go to an ice cream store. I usually get I usually go to the one.
Vanilla's not even a flavor.
He goes
No,
to
I go to the
7-Eleven.
frozen yogurt and I put a whole bunch of shit in it.
All right, the
But
cups.
yeah, they're number 1.
All right.
Number 2 was Fruity Pebbles.
Okay.
I fuck with Fruity Pebbles heavy. It's still good on my stomach. And then number 3 is Captain Crunch.
I fuck
all
with
day.
that.
Yeah, Captain Crunch is not a bad
Captain
option.
Crunch all day. I like the berries one too.
Yeah, the berries one is good. So
I think the worst one is fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
right.
I've tried cinnamon because people. The
That's-
thing is,
that's like
people when
five.
people like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, they really fuck with Cinnamon
Yeah.
Toast Crunch. But the thing is, to me, I feel like I'm the type of person I don't like too much of anything. Like if I'm gonna have any like Cinnamon Toast Crunch to me has way too much cinnamon in it. It's like literally like it's like damn, like this shit is exhausting. Like god damn, every fucking
You
bite
get
is
exhausted
mad,
eating the fucking
bro. Like I can't have ice cream, for example. Like I can't have like for example, my wife, sometimes she likes to go to a diner and she'll get like a waffle with chocolate chips and then ice cream and then syrup on top. I'm like, that's too much.
That's a lot of sugar. Bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like too much. And she's enjoying it. I'm like, how can you eat that? Like, it's too much sweet for me. Like, I'm more of like a plain, like I like plain, like I'll eat a regular.
You're a plain guy.
Yeah, I like a regular waffle with just a little bit of syrup. Not too much syrup, just a little bit of syrup. Nice.
all right. So going based on that, what do you guys prefer as your meal? What's your go-to meal? Do you guys prefer breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
I eat all three. That's why I'm fat.
No, but like, what's your favorite? Like, I mean, everybody kind of has a favorite, right? Kind of has to have a favorite. So what's your favorite?
So is your question what's your favorite time to eat?
No, because
Or what's your favorite meal? At what time of the day is your favorite meal fall into?
yeah. So like, for example, I mean, everybody has different sleeping patterns. So I mean, certain people don't have breakfast during the week. I mean, I'm one of those that really doesn't have breakfast. But let's say like on a weekend, you wake up Saturday. What do you look forward to? Like,
Lunch.
So you like lunch. Lunch is your favorite.
Lunch, because I'll wake, like I'm not a big breakfast person. Like I'll just wake up, get my coffee, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, like if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm waking up, I'll grab lunch.
Okay.
And it's a good, decent lunch where it carries me to the whole day. But yeah, for me it would have to be lunch.
It would have to be lunch. Darius?
Yeah, Darius. Dinner for me at the end is just too heavy.
All right. Darius, what do you think?
He's placing a bet. Terrible bet, by the way. Terrible bet.
For me,
It's like a little bit of time.
By the way, we're sponsored by Darius' Sportsbook. So make sure you guys
sorry. So for me, I think I would go with breakfast.
Really?
Yeah. Because the thing is, I feel like you can eat breakfast throughout any time of the day. Like, let's say
What's
it's
your
like
breakfast?
my breakfast, like what my go-to breakfast, I'll have like depending how hungry I am, I have 3 eggs over easy with French fries and bacon, and then like a waffle if I'm hungry. I have a waffle. or I'll get like an omelet, like a nice omelet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll put avocados in there, pepper jack cheese. I'll put what else? I'll add any type of meat depending on how I'm feeling, and then I'll have it with. I like French fries. I fuck with French fries heavy.
Me
It's
too.
my nigga. And then
He said
I'll have the fries there, and then a nice omelet and shit. And you can eat that throughout any time of the day.
Are you a ketchup sprinkler on all your fries, or you make a little mountain?
No, you know what I do is weird, but people hate it. I put ketchup on my eggs. Yeah, I put it on my eggs. I put a lot of ketchup on my eggs, and then I'll take the fries, and then I'll cut right through the fucking the yolk, and then I'll spill the yolk, and the combination of the yolk and the ketchup, and ooh,
yep,
boy,
I agree.
Yeah, delicious.
I love breakfast. I love breakfast.
Oh, I know you love breakfast.
On Saturday mornings,
I know you love breakfast.
I'll wake up and I'll make some fucking eggs, some sausage, some home fries, or maybe some French fries.
You don't do all
Jimmy
that
gets
shit.
The jumbo sausage.
Yeah, I wake up.
No,
I have the eggs. I'll cut up a little bit of bacon. I'll mix it with the eggs, make an omelet.
Are you trying to recreate that breakfast we used to order in advance?
No, I mean I have it. And I buy the sausages in Stop and Shop, the ones that come frozen. So you just put them in the frying pan, and during that time I have the eggs and the omelet making on the other frying pan. Then I got the French fries in the air fryer, and then if you want a little bit, you have a little bit of toast on the toaster. So in the next 20 minutes, you have a pretty good breakfast. So I mean I love the breakfast. It has to be a nice breakfast with some coffee, and maybe if I'm feeling a little bit more energetic. I mean, if I got a little some last night, I'm making a banana milkshake, and on top of that and stuff. So I mean,
he's getting his potassium up.
Yeah. So I mean, but I love breakfast, and my daughter loves.
He wakes up, he's like, my energy is a little low today.
Yeah, so
I did a lot of scissoring yesterday.
Stupid. So my daughter loves to make breakfast, so she'll wake up in the morning and nice. Pass me the eggs that's and awesome. Stuff like that. So I love making breakfast.
I want to have a child so I can do that shit.
So I mean, breakfast. Breakfast is definitely my favorite
for tax season.
Oh my god,
$3,000.
But yeah,
Jimmy's like it's $4,000.
I don't.
He's like I don't get no money.
I don't reap the benefits.
Yeah, I really don't. But yeah, I like breakfast, heavy breakfast, and skip the lunch, and then have a nice little dinner.
So you can rock the day with eating a good breakfast, not having lunch, and then eating dinner?
Yeah, I could definitely.
I can do that too.
If it's a big breakfast, yeah. Like if you're gonna give me like a bagel, then yeah, by 1 o'clock I'm hungry. But if you're gonna get, if I'm making the breakfast my style, then yeah, I won't be hungry.
What kind of bagel you guys eat?
Everything bagel.
Yep.
Everything
Agree.
Bagel.
Hands up.
Everything bagel with
Black Power.
Everything Black bagel with I've gotten
toasted.
I like the,
toasted everything. Without toasted is trash.
What kind of cream cheese y'all got?
I get regular.
There's one
veggie.
scallion or
I know what you're talking
about. That one I've gone real.
I get the garden veggie cream cheese
of that green.
I gotta try that.
It's pretty good.
My brother put me on everything bagel with cream cheese and bacon. That's just pretty good.
And bacon?
Yeah, and bacon. You add bacon in there with cream cheese. That shit is banging.
Shoosh, I gotta try that, man. You gotta go to bagels.
And you see, the thing with me with a bagel, if I put cream cheese in it, because I'll go for a bacon, egg, and cheese on a everything bagel toasted. That's what I'll go for. But if I'm gonna do cream cheese, it can't be too much cream cheese.
Yeah, sometimes they be
like they be ODing. They put chunks, and I'm like, nah, there's. I'm
full. Yeah, but all right. So I mean, that's good to know. And one of the things that we'll end here, is. One of the things that me and my co-host were talking about before we started was job opportunity, and I think each of us have families. I mean, I know each of us have families. Each of us are married.
I think so.
Each of us have responsibilities, and I mean, I'm sure our listeners are in the same boat. And this is one of the things I thought it would be interesting to bring up. And the question is, would you guys, or how would you guys? I guess what's the step process, right? So it's like a kind of part 2 question.
Okay.
Would you guys move to a different state or city or country for another job opportunity? And then the second part would be what would your steps be like before making or after making that jump?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say I just got deja vu, which is pretty fucking cool.
Very nice.
Second, I think if the opportunity presented itself and it was a good opportunity, I think I would definitely move to another state. Um, for obviously more money, and then obviously there's other benefits that come behind that. Stepwise, I mean, I personally thought it was like yeah, let's I'm hired. Hey, we got to move. I don't know. Example, Texas. Um, let's start selling shit. Like that would have been my plan of action, I guess. I think my wife would probably say something differently. You should be like, wait, hold up. Like we can't just start selling
Texas
shit.
would be the state that you would want.
No, not that I would want to, but I just said as an example.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Dallas Cowboys are from Texas, so I would hate to go to Texas.
Pretty far from Philly.
Yeah. So
you get beat up over there every day.
Texas is not that bad though. I like Texas. Texas was nice. But stepwise, I really don't know. I really don't know. I mean, obviously the opportunity hasn't presented itself, but I think I would probably be like, hey, I have this opportunity. We should go to Texas. And knowing my wife, I know she's supportive. She'd be like, all right, let's go.
That's
so
beautiful.
I think the tough part, stupid. I think the tough part is obviously leaving your family behind, your boys behind, and stuff like that. That obviously would be something that you wouldn't take a decision very lightly. But at the end of the day, you gotta think about what's best for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I personally would definitely think about it. And I really don't know what my actions would be like to do it. I think I would just get up and leave.
Okay.
And I have a house, so I mean it's tough. It's tough. I mean I have a house. It's not like I'm renting someplace where my lease ends. In 3 months I have a home. What am I gonna do with the home? Am I gonna rent it? Am I gonna sell it? Am I gonna have my mom move into my house? I don't know. Like these are all questions that obviously would have to be answered if that opportunity presents itself. Would I have my wife here? Would I go down first, see if I like it first? I don't know. I mean that's my take. But if the obviously the opportunity presented itself, and I got a let's say a good paying job, I would move to another state, without a doubt.
Okay. Darius, how would you feel?
For me, it depends on the situation, like Carlos was saying. It For me to move to another, I'm a very family oriented person. I like to have even if I don't spend as much time as I used to with my family, due to work and stuff like that. I'm trying to build my own family. I'd like to have I'd like to have the chance to say, hey, I'm gonna go visit my family today, or I want to go have dinner with them on a Saturday or stuff like that. I love that. That's what kind of prevents me and prevents me from moving. Because if it was up to me and I can take my whole family with me and move, I would move out of New Jersey in a heartbeat. I just don't like the weather and stuff like that anymore. For me to leave the state, like for a job, it would have to be a really amazing opportunity, like something that I know that I might not be able to get it here, right? Like if somebody, like let's say if I'm working at a job and somebody was like, hey, I have this great opportunity for you. You can be making double or whatever the amount of money over here. You can have like whatever amenities and this and that. They provide this. I'll go initially. I wouldn't like for Carlos' situation, he has a home, right? So if it was me, I would go first. I'd say, okay, I'll take the opportunity. I'll go check it out. I'll do maybe a year, right? Feel it out. Because you're not going to be able to tell in a month or two. I'll do maybe a year, feel it out, see how much I like it. If I do, then, if I have the opportunity, I'll tell people like, yo, come out to Florida or whatever and stuff like that.
You like Florida?
You
like Florida?
I like Florida. Yeah, I think if I were to leave, it would. I also think it's crazy because I also think about like global warming and shit like that, and what's gonna happen. Like like things certain like being too close to around water. I feel like at some point it's gonna get like like some people are gonna be flooded and stuff like that. So I think about all that stuff. So if it was up to me, I'll try to go more inland, like maybe to Nevada or something like that. But if it's just like for the views and for the weather and stuff like that, I think I'd do Florida. I like Florida. I've been to Florida multiple times, and everybody looks happy there, and people go fishing and shit. You can see alligators in your backyard, and everybody.
You want to see an alligator in your backyard, bro?
Yeah, it'll be pretty fucking cool. I'll jump on that. Like the fuck
you
won't,
slap
the shit out of him, bro. You don't know me. That's the thing.
Bed,
you don't
bro.
know me, bro. I'll slap the shit out. If it was a baby alligator, I'll slap the shit out of him.
Next week episode, we'll have an alligator here.
See what Paris
you just catch me.
Fucking wrestling. Like
oh hell no.
Like what about you, Jim?
Jackie Moon in semi-pro wrestled a bear for for fucking ticket sales. That's been a heavy conversation part in my household. My wife is always dying to move out of Jersey. So I mean she's more than willing to move to somewhere warm. She doesn't like the cold, so Florida, Texas, Arizona, somewhere warm like that. So I mean, yeah, if I had the opportunity to move, then yeah, I would consider it. But I mean, like it's I'm kind of torn. I mean, I have my aunts here. I'm a very family oriented person, so I mean, like Dara said, my aunts and my father, my brother, and stuff. I mean,
what about us?
I mean, yeah, and you guys are literally. I mean, with the relationship that I have with my dad and my brother, you guys are a strong number 2 behind my aunts. So I mean, it's one of the things that I consider. But I mean, I know that our friendship won't die just because I moved to another state, or if you guys have to move to another state. So I mean, it is something to consider. But yeah, my plan of action would be.
Jim is trying to tell us something.
Nah. So not
He's
yet.
like, this is my last episode.
Not yet. Because
it's gonna have to be virtual.
I tell my wife, I mean, when I graduate, I'm gonna have a lot of different opportunities. I mean, I got 11 classes left. Like I was telling Carlos, I mean, 11 classes left to get my bachelor's degree. I didn't take the traditional.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you. I didn't take the traditional route that a lot of people do, is straight out of high school, 4 years, go back into college. I mean, we kind of all have our own journey to kind of understand and find our lives before we kind of decide what we want to do. So, I mean, I know that I'm going to have opportunities that way. But, I mean, yeah, I would, my plan of action would be, yeah, just kind of like Dara said, just go feel it out myself before I make everybody take the jump with me, just kind of see if I like it. And, to kind of, we all know our wives. So, I mean, if we make the jump, then we would kind of have an understanding whether our wives would like it or our immediate family would like it and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's always that option. But
how does that work for you? Would it just be you and Angie and Elizabeth, or was it like the whole?
I feel like if Jimmy were to leave, people would be going with him.
Yeah,
I don't think it would just be them.
It would just be him.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we've brought it up to to my wife and my in-laws who live down, who live in the first floor. We live in the second floor in the house that we rent. And they've said that they're more than willing to follow us. I mean, they have kind of a better backbone than we do. They have a house in Italy that they can just sell for income. And my father-in-law knows, remodels houses and stuff, so he could get a job kind of anywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, and their grandfather has a pension, so I mean, they have that source of income as well, if worse comes to worse. So I mean, they always have that. My aunts have always said, hey, we'll follow you, wherever you go, just because my daughter, they're so close to my daughter that they wouldn't want her to, they wouldn't want to have months without seeing her. So I mean, that's always an option too. I mean that's always something to think about. So I mean, I guess it kind of all has to deal with what the offer is and where my life is at that point, before I jump to any decisions. I mean, so it's always an option. I mean, it's life. It's exciting. You can always sit down and think about what could have been or what will be. So I mean, that was a very fun topic to kind of dive into.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because it's not something you can take lightly. It's a risk. Because you might take the shot just because, you might hear more money, but is it ultimately going to make you happy? Are you going to enjoy what you're going to do? So
I think that what the good thing sometimes is starting in a new state and fresh is that you lose a lot of that distraction, right? You have a lot more time for yourself, a lot more time to to think about where you want your life to go forward. You have a daughter, if you guys want to grow your family and stuff like that, and sooner or later, we gotta fucking We got to grow up. I mean, we're all grown and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes we got to take like put certain stuff that we do in the back burner, right? Like playing as much as we do and different things like that, and you know, and put our families first, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Is, you know, the people, you know, at the, like, you know, you can have, you know, I forget who was telling me, they were like, somebody, sorry if but they were saying, they're like, you know, your family, you love your family, right? Sometimes you can get along with your family, sometimes you don't, but you don't pick your family, right? But the only people that you really pick are your friends and the person that you spend the rest of your life with. You know, those are people that you tend to, you know, you like them, and that's why you're with them and stuff like that. And sometimes you have to sacrifice for your you know, your wife or your husband, whatever you do, and or your friends or stuff like that, you know, to better yourself. So yeah, I think that's I got pretty deep into it, but I feel like that's very important sometimes. Like there's been there's even myself, like there was a point in time, like maybe 6-7 years ago, that I kind of had to cut everybody off. Like I didn't speak to any of my friends for like 6 months. It was the craziest stuff that I ever did. And they would hit me up like, yo, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I didn't speak to nobody. I didn't hang out with nobody, nothing. And it was just because I sat there in my house. I was like, yo, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? I didn't want to get to like 30, 35 years old and not know what I was going to, not have any money, not know what I was going to do and stuff like that. And I was just bullshitting too much. I was smoking weed. I was hanging out, wasting time, playing video games, doing all that shit. And I was like, you know what? I got to stop this. So I took some time off. I took some time off from being around certain people that was distracting me, you know, because sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes it's my fault. But that somebody saying yes to me to do something that I want to bullshit on is a distraction. And I had to tell myself, you know what? I'm going to take some time off from everybody. You know, I had my wife there and stuff. My family was there, but I was doing my own thing and I was able to figure it out. Sometimes people need that. Sometimes people need to be alone to figure things out. You know, it's very important, especially if you don't have shit figured out. Sometimes it's just the people around you and your certain circumstances that are not, they're not the reason that you're being held back, but the situation is holding you back from growing and becoming a better version of yourself. So
that's really nice. Really nice that you went deep. I mean, it's you kind of just pin the tail on the donkey. I mean, it's kind of a good way to end our episode. I mean, it's just kind of just reflect on your personal life, because we're the only people that understand each other, and you understand yourself better than anybody else, whether it be your family, your wife, your husband. You understand yourself, and if you yourself are not internally happy, then it just affects those around you. So I mean, before we I pass it to you guys and make some closing statements. I mean, we appreciate you guys, the support, the growing support that we're receiving from a lot of followers, a lot of traction that we're getting on Instagram from current followers. Just continue to spread the love, continue to spread the joy, continue to spread what we talk about here. I mean, we have open, broad statement of comments and topics. So I mean, just continue to just continue to support us. I mean, you know, we're looking to grow, and we just looking to show appreciation. So we appreciate you guys. Don't forget, we're doing this on a Thursday night. It's Thursday night. I mean, I have something to do tomorrow, so it's not our normal Friday. So that's what we spoke about, Thursday night football. We have a lot of football games coming up. We have the World Cup, USA making it to the quarter. I mean, to the, I guess.
Is Ecuador still in it?
Unfortunately not. We lost to Senegal. So
I saw one game that they lost, but I don't know how it works. I really don't know.
We finished third in our group with 4 points. We won the first game. We tied the second. But Senegal won 2 games, so they had 6, and Netherlands won 2 games, they had 6. So
so the points that you score in that game matter a lot.
No, it's just the wins. So like if you win a game, you get 3 points. If you tie a game, you get 1 point, and if you lose, you get 0. So
but what if you win 1, tie 1, lose 1, and then the other team wins, ties, and loses, but then I scored more goals?
Whoever scores the most goals. If the points are even, then it goes by goal difference.
Okay.
And if the goal difference is even, It goes by the amount of yellow cards that each team got within those 3 games.
Oh, really? I just do a stand up like, yeah, you get your best fighters.
That's what I thought it would be. Like yesterday, for example, Mexico and Poland were tied point wise, goal wise, and everything. And Poland was going to advance because Mexico had more yellow cards than Poland. But then Saudi Arabia scored a goal and took the goal difference right out the window. So I mean, it is what it is. But we got USA Saturday 9:00 in the morning.
So USA is nasty like that?
I mean, they had an easy group, but they got a tough matchup against Holland. So
Netherlands.
We got that. We got football. So I mean, any of you guys want to close out? Any closing statements?
Go Dars.
No, we piss tits and ass. No, we love you guys. Thank you for the support again. Next week, we loved what Jimmy did today. We were trying out something different this week. I think you did an amazing job. And next week is my turn. And hopefully you guys tune in. Watch our fucking whole episodes, please.
Answer the riddle.
Riddle.
They
that riddle made no sense, but after we turn off the cameras, I'm gonna ask them.
Yeah, I want to know.
Give you guys the answer quick.
Oh, I'll Google the fuck out of it.
My final words. We appreciate all the love, all the support. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, like Darius said, Jimmy did a great job. I kind of told him I wanted to mix things up. At first, it was the intro, but then we wanted to switch seats. So, all in all, it worked out. I'm really excited to see what we do next week with Darius. Just so you guys do know, we probably have a couple more episodes coming up, and then we're gonna take a break. We're gonna call it this as a season 1 thing, and then season 2. Hopefully, we have another camera. Production's just a little bit better. That way we can have multi angles, and when I'm talking, you guys have a camera on me, and vice versa with Darius and Jimmy. So, thank you again for all the love and support. Peace.
See.